Hello, my name is Bill Haley, and this is part of my 3-minute introduction series into Haley 2024, The Movement's Government Reform Ideas. This one's going to be on the power of regulators and the big money influence in the current system. One of the big reasons I'm moving away from the current system, more toward competitive regulatory agency, is because there's a lot of power in regulators. Government has a monopoly, therefore they have a monopoly of regulation. In the bureaucracy, there's a lot of power in that bureaucracy, because if the bureaucracy says you can't do it, then you can't do it. So there's a lot of big money trying to influence it, and a lot of big money trying to either bribe or influence somebody to give them their way, to give them that next building permit or rezone or the like. So a lot we're going to get into real quick, but 3 minutes, just a quick 3-minute introduction. So the competitiveness of regulations stops the monopoly control of government power. So if you have 12 different competitive regulatory agencies, each one has a different philosophy of how to govern. If somebody doesn't like how one governing agency is doing it, you can go to another. If something has to be across the board, at least it's going to be implemented and go through the bureaucracies of the 12 different ones, and then how to deal with that bureaucracy is going to be different for the 12 different ones, even if they have to hold a different or the same standard. So you see how this can take away some of the power. So big money buys out monopoly power in the current system. In the new system, when it's competitive, the big money is just going to go to the one they want to go to, but the rating system is going to be so important. If they go with the low rated one, that low ratings goes with whatever they do, and right down to that point of purchase in the consumer decisions. So if you have low ratings on your building permits, on other stuff, the rating system is going to make sure that follows it all the way to the point of purchase of that soda can, or to that building, or to the house, or to the corn on the cob, or whatever you want to whatever you're selling. So if you cut corners in one place, it's going to catch up to you with the ratings. So what's some of the places that this big money influences? Building permits, zoning, military spending is big time military spending. We're going to go to a private military. It's going to be tremendously better using a roll of prices, and we're not going to have that big money influence in the military. Financial regulations, big time. There's a lot of money to be made in finance, and a lot of big companies will throw around money to influence those regulators. Even giving regulators a job, a no-show job, or a job in their company later, if they regulate in the way the company wants them to regulate. Insurance regulations, education regulations, big time with accreditations. That's so big. It's not talked about enough, but it's huge. It's not just how you do education, but whether somebody's accredited or not. That's huge. When I say somebody's accredited, a big college is accredited to give somebody a law degree or whatever. If they're not accredited, nobody can go there, or no use to go in there, because they don't get an accredited degree. Environmental regulations, big time again. Somebody wants to build a building, somebody's holding up a $20 million building, and the politician says, I want $20 million coming into my town. It's going to give a lot of jobs. I'll put this environmental regulations off to the side. Road regulations, big time. There's billions of dollars going through that. There's a lot of influence trying to put on that. But with the competitive nature, it's not going to be there as much. Maybe some. Big business is still going to be big business, but they cannot control a monopoly government, because there will not be a monopoly government. We're going to competitive governing agencies, competitive regulations. It will stop a lot of this big money influence. So, until the next video.